62 years ago, when America dropped the ultimate weapon, the atomic bomb, on Japan, the U.S. Army Air Force chose for the mission the B-29 bomber, the Enola Gay. In our third story tonight, it turns out that the Air Force has been considering a new ultimate weapon that won't drop on our enemies from the Enola Gay. It will just make them gay. The story of the so-called gay bomb, actually a chemical spray, has floated around the internet ever since the Sunshine Project, which studies weapons research, released this Air Force weapons proposal dating from 1994. Specifically, it suggests using, quote, strong aphrodisiacs, especially if the chemical also caused homosexual behavior, while noting that no such chemical exists. The story picked up new steam when a reporter got yet another Pentagon confirmation of the proposal's authenticity. But there remains some controversy over a key point. The Pentagon says the proposal was immediately rejected, but the Sunshine Project claims that as recently as 2001, the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate commissioned a study of weapons proposals, including the so-called gay bomb. Fortunately, we have our own gay bomb to drop on this story, Rachel Maddow, whose show airs every weeknight on Air America Radio. Rachel, if you're not completely offended, I guess you'll keep talking with us, right?
Absolutely. That is absolutely the best introduction I've ever had on television. Thank you, Amy.
Happy to serve you. That's nice. I'm glad your reaction was like that. But I want to get your reaction to this notion of a gay bomb.
Yeah. Well, when I heard about this, and I heard about it from the Sunshine Project, my first reaction to it was that somebody took the anti-gay rhetoric that was happening around the time of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell debate and just took it a little too far. If this first happened in 1994, that was right in the throes of the debate about Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And if you remember, the anti-gay forces in that debate had all sorts of very serious concerns that they expounded at length about what would be so wrong with having openly gay people in the military, about how, you know, if you were in a foxhole in combat, you need to be absolutely assured that the guy next to you was more interested in Lindsay Lohan than Lindsey Graham, right? All of these ridiculous arguments. And I just feel like at this Air Force lab in Dayton, there's somebody applied their big scientific mind to that idea and decided just to let this idea and this argument spin out to its logical extreme, which is an uncontrollably super gay military, and how bad that would be and what a wonderful army that would be to fight against. I think it's a fascination.
I just think it's funny that there's somehow this notion out there that if you're gay, you just aren't inclined to fight.
Right. And also that if you that you will not only be disinclined to fight, but you will be compelled to be having sex with the people around you with whom you should be fighting. I mean, this idea, it's interesting. This idea did, I think, could have come, because it was 1994, could have come from those debates around Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But this is also a recurring idea in culture. For example, the movie 300. Very similar idea.
Wow.
One of the most homoerotic, non-pornographic movies of recent generations. And it's somewhat based on the same idea.
Rachel, could there have been an upside to all of this if the Air Force had gone ahead and developed some massive aphrodisiac spray that somehow forced people into, I guess, the throes of sex? And let's say they made it, you know, so that you were gay and not gay. I mean, if that spray actually existed, that could be some powerful stuff.
Yeah, if you think that Tang and Velcro were great byproducts of the space program, imagine if they came up with a turn-you-on bomb or a turn-you-on spray as a byproduct of the Defense Department research here. We would no longer need advertising in this country. They would just say the name of whatever product they were trying to sell and spritz you with the turn-you-on stuff, and it'd be over.
Why do you think it is? I mean, do you think this boils down to a bunch of straight guys sitting in our room panicking, just simply afraid of gay guys? Where do you think that comes from? What's the fear from? Where and it develops into this?
Well, it's interesting in all sorts of environments, and it's different in every culture, but in American culture, in all sorts of environments where the iconography is about men in physical environments, in close proximity, straining together, willing to die for one another, whether it's football or an army of one, you end up being very, very close to a homoeroticism in the iconography that comes with those sorts of endeavors. And in order to balance that out and to make those things seem manly and not just homoerotic, they often have to be paired with a real overt anti-gay stance within those institutions, within, say, sports or within the military. But it's only so that we don't think that they're just the gayest things on two legs.
Right, because when you think about military phrases, and let's just think about a few of them. The coalition of the willing. Be all you can be. Leave no man behind. Corporal punishment. Is someone trying to tell us something?
Rum, sodomy, and the lash. Yeah, I'm every woman. You know, all these things. It's not an accident.
All right. Oh, yes, and now we get to hear it. Rachel Maddow of Air America, we appreciate you being a good sport, and thanks so much for joining us.
Amy, thanks a lot.